Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Champions issue 1. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a couple updates. I will not have Comic Uno episode this week. I am going to New York Comic Con, and that's the reason. I just won't have time to read all my comics and film the episode, so I'm sorry about that. But if you have any questions about comics I read, you could tweet me or something. And also, Motherverses won't be this week also. We'll have that next week. But let's start talking about Champions issue 1. Now this is a book I was really looking forward to because it's the young teen heroes. I love teen heroes. It's my genre for comic books. That's my favorite genre. So seeing the current young heroes of the Marvel Universe make this team and not make it like a Young Avengers and like this legacy thing, making it its own thing, I was really excited about this. And I feel with Mark Waid's run on All New, All Different Avengers, what I was looking forward to with that book was the dynamic between young heroes and old heroes, but it didn't quite work the balance in the book as much as I wanted it to. But here, I think making the young heroes have their own book and then having the older heroes have their book might be a better balance, surprisingly, because again, I thought that was going to work better than it did. But let's start talking about the cover. We do have our main roster here. We have Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Viv from The Vision, Sam Alexander, Nova. We also have the totally awesome Hulk, Amadeus Cho, Ms. Marvel, Kamala Khan, and then Cyclops, young Cyclops, who's not in this series, or at least he's only in this panel, or not in this issue, because I'm sure they're going to do an issue where, like, no, not young Cyclops, we don't want young Cyclops, and then he proves himself to be part of the team. It's like, we love you, young Cyclops. That's my guess of how that's going to go, but you never know. And then the artwork is done by Humberto Ramos, who I think some people love his art, some people don't. Is very much a acquired taste, and I like his art style for the most part. I really liked his art for The Amazing Spider-Man, and here I think it fits that young, vibrant style. And the colors work really well. I like the difference of seeing kind of this darker gray palette when you see the flashbacks with Ms. Marvel, and then obviously this brighter palette for the rest of the book. I will say, though, one thing I've seen in Ramos's Extraordinary X-Men and a little bit in this issue, when there are action scenes, they tend to be very crowded. I hope the camera angle could zoom out a little bit more with these issues, and I did see that. It didn't feel as crowded, but it wasn't that action-y this issue, so I'm hoping that won't falter in the upcoming issues. But let's start talking about the story. So this issue is not so much a straightforward let's get the team together. About the same time it is, but it's a more original idea to do it. Like, if you look at Teen Titans Rebirth that came out last week, that was very much straightforward, let's get this team together. But here there's more of a catalyst of why the champions are being formed. We have Sam Alexander, Miles, and Kamala, who don't really believe in the Avengers code anymore. They want to be their own heroes. They obviously still believe in being superheroes, but they don't really know what that means after Civil War II. Another compliment for this book is that even though it does reference Civil War II, and in this book it is the aftermath of Civil War II, it doesn't harp on that event where you're like, oh my god, I'm going to be spoiled because Civil War II is not over yet. Which is also another pet peeve I have about Marvel, that they didn't finish Civil War II before, you know, coming out with all these Marvel Now events. I wish they would stick with their deadlines. But moving on, yeah, I did like the originality of how they brought the team together, and it's those three characters, because they are the core young heroes of the Marvel Universe, or the new Marvel Universe, we'll call it. So I like that. I thought that was good. And the way they introduced the other characters were well done too. Totally Awesome Hulk could add a little bit better transition, but hey, he's the strength of the team. That's why they need him. Viv is the technology person, and they transition very well into Viv's character. And you learn about all the characters. You know their personalities, which I think is very important. It's not just one character, it's every single one of them that gets a lot of good screen time to, again, learn about their characters. I think the ones that get less screen time about their background is Sam and Miles, but honestly I don't think you really need background on those two characters. They're in the Marvel Universe a lot. But then you have Totally Awesome Hulk, who gets a little background, and of course Viv. And then honestly, this issue gets very serious, which I wasn't expecting. That they deal with sex trafficking in this issue, and we see how emotional our team gets, and I thought that was really well done. Again, it was something I didn't expect because I thought this was going to be a lighter series, but even though the artwork is lighter and you have these teen heroes, they're still dealing with darker issues, and they did that really well in this issue. So overall, I gave the Champions issue 1 4 stars. It was a really solid start, and I'm looking forward to seeing where this goes. I think it was honestly very close to 4.5 stars for me this week. But the artwork, again, I think could have been a little bit better at times because there are some weird facial expressions too. I don't know if I mentioned that. But like, Kamala had some weird, over-exaggerated facial expressions. So, yeah, some of the artwork stuff were a little crowded. Some facial expressions could be better. But overall, really liked it. I thought it was a very solid start to Champions, and it gets me excited to read the rest of the book. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.